Oh my goodness, folks, endless Tesla news out today. This is absolutely huge, though. There's one particular thing that is just totally mind-blowing, and this particularly is the kind of stuff that I have been waiting for with my Tesla investment. People have made fun of me for holding Tesla as too big of a portion of my portfolio. It's around 39% of my stock portfolio, obviously not including the real estate portfolio. I've got tons of options on Tesla. Like, this is really big news. And people were also making fun of me when I was buying Tesla in the dip in May, and I'm like, keep buying Tesla, 550 is a great price. This is peak FUD. Remember the Tesla vehicle crash in Texas where the driverless Tesla crashed into a tree and ended up being on fire for 2 hours, which turns out there was a driver in the seat. Turns out autopilot was not on. Also, turns out the vehicle was only on fire for a few minutes, or only took a few minutes to extinguish, and firefighters just stayed locally until the fire was verified that it wouldn't be coming back. They basically waited for the batteries to cool, right? Anyway, during that summer of endless FUD, I'm like, buy all I freaking could, whether it's on this channel or in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group, where we talked about it all the time. By the way, that coupon code that is 41% off, Diamond Hands, does expire this Friday. But folks, people then were telling me, Kevin, you're an idiot for buying Tesla. This thing's going to 200. Yeah, oops. Tesla right now up 4.3% in pre-market. Why? Well, a host of news, but there's one piece that's really, really big. First, Tesla was the top selling vehicle in Europe last month. This is the first time ever an electric vehicle has outsold gas cars. Remember, what I just said wasn't Tesla was the top selling electric vehicle in Europe. No. The Tesla Model 3 was the top selling vehicle in Europe last month, but this isn't even the news. This is like the small news, okay? This is really cool. This is the first time this has ever happened with any electric vehicle outselling gas cars in Europe. This is huge. But along with some other things, the news that we're going to talk about is not that, no, we know Elon Musk does not own Shiba Inu. He did reveal this. He also thinks that Dogecoin is the people's coin because so many employees at SpaceX own it, but that's not the news either, and it's not that Tesla completed its new Chinese research and development facility at Giga Shanghai, all of which true by the way, or that Tesla is pushing out a new full self-driving software update after some bugs with the last one. Folks, no, it's not that either. It is also not that Morgan Stanley has upgraded Tesla's price target to $1,200 on, quote, extraordinary sales during a supply chain crisis. Oh no. Instead, it has to do with a rental car company and Tom Brady, the football megastar. Are you ready for this? Hertz, the rental car company who's barely out of bankruptcy, which, by the way, a judge spared shareholders on that one. Usually through bankruptcy, like, shareholders get 0, and a judge spared the shareholders. This was crazy. This was partially in part because the judge realized that there were thousands of retail investors who were betting on the stock to make a comeback. It was kind of like one of the meme stocks. But anyway, folks, Hertz just announced it has placed an order for 100,000 Teslas. This is the first step of Hertz's comeback plan to electrify its fleet, and this is the single largest purchase that has ever existed for electric vehicles. The single largest purchase ever for an electric vehicle. And according to people familiar with the deal via Bloomberg, the deal is valued at $4.2 billion, which works out to an average vehicle price of $42,000 per vehicle. And unsurprisingly, the cars will be Model 3s, which retail for about $42,000, which is also really frickin' spectacular because usually car rental companies demand massive discounts because they're going to give you a big fat order. But not Hertz, because Hertz actually sees value in the Tesla. Not only do they see cheaper refueling costs because they'll be hooking up to the Tesla supercharger network, potentially even creating their own charging network over at Hertz, but they think that Teslas are cheaper to maintain and, oh snap, on top of that, higher resale value. Holy crap. Hertz saying this? And then now hundreds. Remember, every rental car gets rented out to probably, I would say, 100 different people, right? 100 different people driving 100,000 different Teslas is like potentially getting 10 million people into Teslas who haven't been in Teslas before. This is like the best advertising you could ever ask for. The Model 3s will be available to rent at US markets and parts of Europe starting in early November, and Hertz customers will be able to use the Tesla superchargers. This is so super cool. Now, I also dug through Hertz's annual report, and I found that Hertz said, quote, as improvements in technology and charging infrastructure matures, as well as wider variety of electric vehicle models stimulate consumer acceptance, we can respond to adjust our rental fleet to offer EVs as influenced by customer demand. Basically, they're saying, we believe people want Teslas. Hertz has actually listed as a risk factor, by the way, autonomous vehicles as something that could eliminate their business, the need for rental cars. And they suggest that they need to remain competitive to be able to survive. And so, to me, this is kind of like a, quote, if you can't beat them, buy them. It's a story. If you can't beat Tesla, just buy a Tesla, will you? That is amazing, 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 amazing. Also, Hertz does eventually plan to electrify almost all of its 500,000 cars and trucks. And if Tesla does well here, maybe those are going to be more Teslas. 100,000 units, by the way, is about 10% of Tesla's current production in 2020. GM and Nissan were Hertz's biggest suppliers previously, and Bloomberg believes that Hertz is looking at Tesla because, again, Teslas are cheaper to maintain, easier to refuel, and don't lose as much resale value. Now, Tom Brady, folks, is also going to be starring in advertisements to showcase these new Teslas. And you know why all this is good? Because the more people justify owning Teslas, the more people buy Teslas, the more demand for Tesla goes up, the more demand for Tesla stock goes up. Tesla, folks, we have not even hit the beginning of, well, we're at the beginning, but we have not even hit peak S-curve, okay? People look at Tesla stock and they're like, it's already gone parabolic. We're just at the beginning. Like, this is so incredible. I don't usually recommend having so much Tesla in your portfolio, but I got a lot of Tesla in my portfolio, okay? That's all. That's all I gotta say. This is really, really incredible. Yay, Tesla. Congratulations to all the Tesla shareholders. I'm so glad, by the way, I sold all of my, or closed all of my covered calls that I had, because otherwise that would have hurt. Good thing I got rid of all of those a few weeks ago. And if you too want all of my buy-sell alerts, make sure to check out the Stocks and Psychology of Money program, link down below. Coupon code expires Friday, and folks, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Goodbye.